diplomatic service. Anyone else, gentlemen?
Yeah, Rob, did you see the show with Cactus Free and McHenry Spring in Toronto in January about 1971?
No. But I was there in spirit.
Madam.
As Nancy Johnny was saying, and everybody said how you're so tremendous that you should have more notoriety. You need, I'm a radio promoter for college DJ, for Jersey City State College. And I can promote you over there, and in my mail, notoriety in New Jersey. I used to promote all the local good bands over there, including the roadie to the Doors I met over there. So, I want to
Thank you.
Sir.
How hard was it to get like some of the people at the beginning of the film, like members of Slayer and Anthrax? It seemed like people were really.
Yeah, it was amazing. I mean, it was like the usual thing. You get one person, then so and so's doing it. But yeah, I mean, once the word got out that we were making a film on Anvil, there were so many people who felt this band had not got the credit they deserved. And if you listen to like Metal on Metal, a song like 666, I mean, it's really the blueprint for many of them.
Actually, quite fascinatingly, Anvil is, because of the era that we came out, it was really previous to America's explosion of metal. So what happened was you got everybody from Richie Sambora to Tom Araya liking the band. But Richie and Sambora and Tom Araya do not like each other. It's actually quite fascinating that the complete variety of what metal became somehow relates back to where we were. We were sort of like a conduit, so to speak.
I think the important point is that many of those debts owed a debt to Anvil, and they saw this as an opportunity really to pay that back. I mean, when I went to interview Lars in San Francisco, I mean, I was expecting he'll give us like 2 minutes. I mean, I asked him one question and he spoke for half an hour, and I had to stop him. Because it was like, at the beginning, when Metallica was first forming, he said, we looked up to this band, like they were the standard, they were the band to be. And it was really quite wonderful the way that he, helped us get other people, and then obviously Lemmy, who Motorhead had toured with Anvil, they brought Anvil out on tour in 1983, and Slash, I mean, just all the fans came out of the woodwork because they really wanted to kind of acknowledge a band who they felt had been passed over. And so it was easy, surprisingly, once we opened the door. Gentleman over there.
I was wondering if you guys have like a nemesis band.
The Bee Gees.
This rivalry.
Iced Earth.
Iced Earth.
I call them Ast Earth.
No idea who they are.
I have a question actually for you
Yeah.
about, well, you had a nice, bookend for, you had the show in '84 and then the latest show. Did you, how many hours total did you shoot? And did you know when you got the gig in Japan that was going to be your ending for the film?
Yeah, I knew it was going to be the ending. I just didn't know if it was going to be a happy one. I mean, we shot 300 hours over 2.5 years, and obviously not shooting constantly, but and then we edited for a year, and one of our editors, Andrew Dickler, who was a genius. It was a lot of the stuff was the editing room, but yeah, I knew we had the movie would end, sort of begin and end in Japan. We just didn't know. I mean, it was quite an amazing story that day. The story of the day was that when they showed up and they were on at 11:35, all of us, all the crew, were like, oh, it's going to be like Transylvania. And so what happened was we went out looking for fans. Please, someone find the fans. And we went out with crews, and what happened was they were keeping them at security perimeters, like a quarter of a mile away, because of regulations to do with the stadium. 20 minutes before the show, they all just flooded in, and we knew, the crew knew before the band, and we all got emotional because we knew what it meant, And everyone had taken it as an insult that they were put on at 11:35, and in fact, in Japan, the band is such a myth and a legend, and they had not been back in 24 years. They put them on at the beginning of the day because they knew it would draw people, and the band didn't understand that. So there were 20,000 people there at 11:30 in the morning.
Wow.
Were you excited when you found out about the Japan thing? Did you say, yes, I got my ending?
Well, because I hoped.
Well, about a year and a half before we even got there, he's going, we gotta end the movie in Japan. We need a gig, and I'm going, yeah, right.
They couldn't get a gig at the local Hyatt.
So we sent the CD out, and when that guy called me, I'm going, what? October 15th? Because that's what he says, we got to finish filming by October 15th.
So it was like, everything just happened. I mean, it was just like the whole process of making the movie just went.
I mean, the magic just keeps continuing. They told me there's going to be an amp here, and it's like, okay, well, I wonder what I'm playing through, right? I go, what kind of amp you got? Fender Twin. I don't believe it. You know we're playing metal magic. But that's magic. I mean, I didn't ask for that to be there, but
I mean, but it was like, you've got to understand, making the movie was a very surreal experience for us, the crew. You know, also, I'm kind of like an old fan and already the band, so, but I was also like a filmmaker kind of looking at it objectively. On the second day of filming, it was so insane. As soon as we turned on the camera, my cameraman, Chris Zeus, pulled me aside and said, listen, Sacha, I've got to speak to you. And I thought, he's going to leave, his parents have died in a car crash. I mean, it was like really serious. He goes, he locks me in a room, right, and he says, I need to know, you don't have to tell the crew, I need to know if they are actors. Please do that. Our crew did not believe what we were going to do. I honestly was not very capable of persuading them that they weren't. That was the problem. But I mean, it was one of those things where it was just like constantly, the energy was just like that. It was very intense, very emotional, and very crazy and ridiculous, all in the same moment, from beginning to end.
And the movie's still going, except the cameras aren't running.
Oh yeah, sorry, Ron.
Just speaking of acting, you're not there with the camera when the phone call comes from Japan.
No, but what happens?
You recreate it.
No, we don't recreate it. What happens is they've emailed ahead of time, so we know it's coming.
Oh, okay.
And we had a remote unit in Toronto. So yeah, there were certain things. We had a camera crew in Toronto at all times, so when stuff was going to happen, they were just able to do it. And we knew the phone call was coming. Of course, yeah, it would have been impossible to be there. Yes?
I actually have a question for Glenn. What were you thinking? I mean, what was happening in the mid-90s, which like, I needed to be a part of this, and then what kept you going?
I knew I was where I belonged. To learn from these two guys has been, you know, the best experience I could ever have hoped for. You know, I had the same dreams. My work ethic is the same, and you know, I knew I was where I belonged. That's basically it.
Yeah, the film's going to come out, I think, in November. So we're just discussing that right now. It's going to be in the US, in Japan, and the UK.
Yes.
It's been a long struggle. I'm sure many of you who know the film market know it's really, really a little bit crazy right now. So it's taken us months to get everything together, but it's looking really good. So we're psyched about that. And yes, I think many good things have happened to the band already. So, like tours. There's a tour that's going to go along with the film, and you will know soon. Yes. Sorry. One. Yes.
I just want to know if Glenn is still homeless.
I prefer the term hobo. I still have a roof over my head and I work when I can, but I normally crash on the floor of our rehearsal studio.
On an air mattress. Last questions, yes sir.
I'm just going to say, we're from Toronto, and we're just going to say we're really proud of all three of you guys. You guys are great. And I have a question for you, Sacha. How did you end up being a roadie for ANVIL at the age of 15?
Well, I just loved the band, and I went to see them at the Marquee in London in 1982, and they were just incredible. And all these famous bands were there, like members of Def Leppard and Iron Maiden and Motorhead. And at the end of the show, everyone was just like in silence because the lips had just, they were just intense. And I went backstage and I met them, and I said, I'm your greatest fan. And they said, we've never been to London before. How would you like to show us around tomorrow? And I said, sure. So then we became friends, and then I went and I roadied for them I'm sorry, Mum. My mum's there. Yeah, I ran away for the summer to leave my dad in New York, and I joined the tour. So that's how it came about. Jethro, last question.
I just want to tell you guys, man, we've been friends for 26 years, and there's no family in this fucking world like these guys. I want you all to give them a really, really big hand, man.